respondents needed, the original plan was to compute using Slovin's formula. However, without access to the information of how many teachers exactly are there in the Philippines, I have settled with 200 since, based on my research, 100 is believed to be the minimum sample size needed to get meaningful results concurred by many statisticians according to Fox 2022. So higher than 100 would be more reliable. And then frequencies, percentages, and mean scores guided by a 4-point Likert scale, as you can see on this slide, were computed to measure levels of knowledge and attitude. Meanwhile, t-tests and analysis of variance, also called as ANOVA, were performed to determine significant differences, and Pearson R was employed to reveal results of significant relationships between variables. Okay, so let us now proceed with the results. On this table, it is very clear that the teachers have low level of knowledge towards DepEd advisory. And this is attributed with their misconceptions towards the issuance of it. As you could all see, they believe that a DepEd advisory is issued to institutions and organizations that organize events and activities for professional development of teachers without the need of applying for it, despite the fact that an organization needs to submit a request first to DepEd for possible issuance. They also think that a DepEd advisory is issued as proof that events and activities, as well as the organizers, are legitimate, which is again false given that the department only issues it for information dissemination purposes. The teacher respondents also think that if an event or activity has a DepEd advisory, it means that the Department of Education endorses it, even though that is not the case as stated on the upper part of each advisory being issued by the department. On the other hand, it is worth noting that they are aware that a DepEd advisory is a document issued by the Department of Education and not by Commission on Higher Education and TESDA. Nevertheless, when we look at the overall results, it shows that Filipino primary education teachers lack the necessary knowledge towards the document. And this raises concerns about how they evaluate professional development opportunities before deciding to participate in them. Okay, so next is the attitude towards DepEd advisory. So we can all see that in this table, the presented data indicates that teachers have a very negative attitude, or should I say wrong perception, towards the use of the said document. They express that they prefer to attend professional development opportunities that have DepEd advisories than those that don't have. They also express that learning that a DepEd advisories was issued for a certain event gives them confidence and impression that it is legitimate and organized by a legitimate institution or organization. And they also have expressed that an event or activity promoted to teachers that has no DepEd advisory is more likely to be illegitimate or at least questionable for them. They also said that when they search for professional development opportunities, they only look for those with DepEd advisories and that they perceive events and activities that feature the logo of the DepEd and or a DepEd advisory number on their promotional materials to be authorized and supported by DepEd. Therefore, they think that this kind of activities guarantee valuable professional development opportunities. This result is actually concerning because their wrong perception alongside their poor understanding towards the said document could lead them to fall victim to predatory practices, such as but not limited to predatory research conferences, awarding ceremonies, and publication opportunities that are really prevalent nowadays. And what is very concerning is that this could happen even without them realizing it. Now, let us talk about the results of inferential statistics. In regards to the teacher's knowledge towards DepEd advisory, I have determined that there is significant difference when grouped based on their sexuality. Data shows that males have a better understanding towards the said document compared to females. Meanwhile, there is no significant difference in their attitude. This indicates that males are less likely to fall victim to predatory professional development opportunities compared to females, as males tend to know more about the real purpose of the DepEd advisory used as a promotional tool by organizing institutions, resulting in being more cautious in their decision making. Next, on this table, we can all see that there is a significant difference in the attitude of teachers towards DepEd advisory when grouped based on age. On the other hand, in terms of attitude, data showed no significant difference. Data revealed that teachers who are 58 years old and above have the highest knowledge level towards DepEd advisory, while those that are ages between 48 and 57 and those who are 38 to 47 years old have the lowest, which indicates that teachers who are in the middle age are the most reliant on the DepEd advisory as a document to tell whether an event or activity for their professional development is legitimate or not, as well as endorsed by DepEd, making them the most vulnerable to predatory practices. Next, on this table, it shows that I have found that there is no significant difference in the knowledge and attitude of teachers when grouped according to their educational attainment. This means that educational attainment cannot be used as an indicator to how knowledgeable a person is towards the use of DepEd advisory, as well as how they perceive the DepEd advisory in relation to professional development opportunities. Okay, so lastly, uh, as presented on this table, we can all see that there is a significant relationship between the knowledge and attitude of teachers towards DepEd advisory. It indicates that their poor understanding towards the purpose of the said document results in a wrong perception on how it should be used in relation to professional development opportunities. Additionally, their lack of knowledge towards it makes them use it the wrong way. For instance, using it as a basis for the legitimacy of an event and as a proof that it is endorsed by the Department of Education, although it is not. All right, so I'm about to finish my presentation. Um, so for my recommendations, Uh, my major recommendation is for the Department of Education to provide clearer guidelines and information on the purpose of DepEd advisories to avoid misconceptions among teachers. Additionally, I think DepEd can conduct more awareness campaigns to help teachers understand the importance of verifying the legitimacy and quality of professional development opportunities before investing in them. Lastly, I believe that DepEd can explore alternative methods of disseminating information to educators. For example, online platforms that is managed by them. This can be done to ensure that all educators have equal access to the latest information on educational opportunities and developments rather than letting the organizers themselves to have a copy of the DepEd advisory, putting it at risk to be exploited. So this ends my presentation. Again, I would like to thank Xavier University and all the members of the organizing committee for giving me this opportunity. Also, I would like to commend all of you for your dedication in promoting research in a larger scale. Thank you very much and have a great day, everyone.